Hi everybody, Marco, KC2ZMA. This is Motorola Astro Spectrum. It's one of my favorite mobile UHF radio. It's UHF. It's just programmed to have amateur repeaters on them, ham radio amateur repeaters on them. I don't have any commercial stuff programming here at all. But this thing's a beast. It's heavy. It's not too big. I'm going to take the... Yeah, let me show you how I have it set up here. So here's the 15 pin. This right here is the ignition plus, but I have it tied right into the power right over here. Here's the actual port for the power, negative ground. Antenna connection. It's got a mini UHF. I had to get a mini UHF adapter to PL259. A good buddy of mine actually sold me the radio, and another friend of mine actually gave me the speaker and connectors and helped me actually set this thing up with the wire diagrams and everything. Well, it was not really much for the wire diagram, but for the programming cables though, this is actually the only radio I have that actually programs with serial cable. So this is a 9-pin serial cable that actually came with the rib box that I get off of Amazon. This is not an OEM Motorola rib box. Probably like $25, $26 off Amazon. You could get this rib box. Somebody else, another friend of mine actually, made me the programming cable. 15 pin. It piggybacks off the back over here. So it actually connects like this, and this one actually piggybacks off the back. The wire goes up so it doesn't. Actually, this clip over here, I actually have to take off this clip when I program it. I'm not going to program it much. I actually finished it programming in the radio. Please don't ask me for the software. A lot of the schematic for the wiring, you can get it off of Bat Labs, Repeater Builder, I think, batlabs.com, repeaterbuilder.com, to make actually the cable and everything else. This is the bag that actually the rib cable came, the rib box came in. So I bought the rib box off Amazon. A buddy of mine made the cables for me. This thing came with the rib box. Fresh 9-volt battery. I took it out of there now. But make sure you have a fresh 9-volt battery. If you ever get one of these radios, and Motorola's are very temperamental to program. You don't want to brick it. You can easily brick it. One thing I didn't have here, see the power cable right here? Goes right into my power supply here. Plenty of power though. Peaks out of 15 amps, but this has been programmed, I think, just to output about 20 watts, and low power I have 5 watts. Okay, we'll put the camera back in here. Sorry about all that. Let me make it steady. This is, you can probably knock somebody out with this thing. It's so heavy. Speaker mic. Yeah, I don't know how old actually this radio is. If they're about 20 years old, maybe older. It's got to be the best sounding radio I have. Obviously, designed for commercial use. Yeah, just I turn it on. I got a few repeaters in here. This right here Hopefully you can see everything good. Yeah. Okay. This dims the display, actually turns all the lights on, brighter. You could turn it off, the display, even though it's on in the background. This one, I read it, I found a PDF file on, I don't know, somewhere I found a PDF file of the manual of this radio. This is, I think it's horns and lights, obviously designed for, you know, cop cars or something like that. Gives you good ringing in there. Home. If I go to another repeater and push home, I actually programmed actually to default to this repeater here. This is programmed for my low power, high power. This does nothing. Scan to scan through the repeaters. I only have one zone, I don't have any other zones. This doesn't do anything either. Direct is talk around. So when you have that, it just transmits on the output of the repeater. That was the commercial. That's the commercial use of what we use in ham radio. Is the input of a repeater we actually can transmit or listen on. But that's a cool feature. Monitor on and off and squelch. Push this, monitor off. Now it actually doesn't, I think you can't hear anything out. Turn it back on. If I hold it, squelch. And actually set on 3. Goes all the way up to, it goes high actually. Leave it on 3. Let me see, this is the volume right here. And I'll obviously channel select for that. And I have the speaker just tied down, so I just have it in here. Listen to the repeaters. The speaker is loud, very loud. And this is actually one of the Motorola radios I have. I actually have another one. So I have a mobile, and I have this guy, XTS 5000. This actually transmits on P25. I forgot to mention that, but it is actually a P25 receive. If someone transmits on P25 phase 1, I could hear on this radio. On this radio, I could transmit on P25 phase 1 for this one here. Obviously, they both do analog as well. I'll make a video on this one, but those are the only 2 Motorola radios I actually have. Yeah, look, you could leave it like that, but the radio is still on. Just shuts off the display. Excellent radios, though. You know, you could throw them against the wall. They're designed for commercial, I said, and and they're amazing radios. And nice. Heaviest speaker mic I actually have on any of my radios. So those are my, this is actually my Motorola Astro Spectrum. Fantastic radios. Thanks for watching, everybody. 73s, and have a good rest of the day.